In this episode, we will be taking a look at G.I. Joe's resident tracker and all-around badass, Spirit. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode, we will be ending the month pretty much how we started the month and continued through the month with another action figure unboxing and review. This time, we will be looking at G.I. Joe Classified's Spirit Iron Knife. My new co-host, Asher. Say hi, Asher. Anyway, again, like any G.I. Joe Classified figure at this point, I feel super lucky to actually have it. Again, stumbled upon it on Amazon for the normal market price. So, no crazy markups, no crazy bargain hunting. It was just there for the picking, and I picked it for sure. So, without further ado, let's take a look at Spirit Iron Knife. Ain't that right, pup? Yeah.
Yo, Joe!
Okay, folks, here we go. Spirit Iron Knife. And let me just say, before we get started, this was a guy I truly wanted when I was a kid. The only time I was ever able to stumble upon him was when they repainted him for Slaughter's Marauders. And I had to pick him up. I mean, I lost the opportunity when he first came out, so I jumped at the chance for the repaint. Granted, I mean, it was him for all intents and purposes, but it was just missing something. And I think that something is this awesome color combination it has here. Now, this looks a little bit darker than the original shirt color, but still is very awesome. Now, we won't talk too much more about him in the package because when we unbox him, we'll have plenty of time to take a look at him. But as usual, let's take a look at this awesome package artwork. This is great. It is very reminiscent of tribal artwork, Native American artwork, and I mean, even Freedom. I mean, he looks almost totem-like. It's great. I really dig that art style. They did a great job with that. So here we go with a really nice picture of Spirit. And I thought they did away with it. I think I pointed it out before on some other artwork, but that stupid blue dingle hopper on there that a lot of the first wave G.I. Joe Classifieds had. Oh man, that's an awesome picture there. I really like that. And I love the eagle head like totems there. Yeah, I'm really in love with this artwork. Here we have the new artwork on the back that we saw with Storm Shadow. And was it a coincidence that they released Storm Shadow and Spirit in the same wave? I mean, if you were a fan of the cartoon, those two were foes before Snake Eyes got his ninja status. I mean, it was really cool how they paired up Spirit's, you know, like shamanistic, spiritual magic, if you will, to Storm Shadow's, you know, Eastern ninja magic, if you will, for lack of better terms. They were a great, like, nemesis. I loved it. So, again, I'm lazy to look these things up because everyone tells me they are online, so I enjoy just making up my own stuff. Now, this looks like a rangefinder, so I guess that goes with the tracking. He likes bullets. You Can't See Me, so he's a John Cena fan, and he is an animal handler, I'm going to say, because of Freedom. but they should have put a talon. But anyway, here he is, and let's take a look at him. Okay, here is Spirit out of the box with all of his awesome accessories around him. And I think we have to start with Freedom here, because I'm really interested in this. As we can see right off the bat, he comes with different wings for, I assume, the nice, flying or just spreading out to look awesome and all-American. But look at this. I mean, his head is even posable. What the heck? Look, he can cock his head like, what you talking about, Spirit? Oh, now they're, excuse me, on balls, but it doesn't open out. But that's about as much. I mean, you have a full range of motion here. Like, look, you can be like a cool eagle monster. But we got posts here. Interesting. We'll have to see how those interact with either Spirit or like his backpack, I believe. So that's really neat. But I mean, look at this. Articulated talons and his legs. That's just rad. But let's see what he looks like with his big spread out wings. Look at that. These are the animal companions that we wanted as kids to be figures in their own right. Photobomb. But I'm really happy with this figure. I mean, we saw great articulation with Crocmaster's Crocodile, and of course Timber is great. Do I have this one right? I believe so. But what would it look like the other way? Yeah, I had it right the other way. So we will leave him with his little wings on for now and put him to the side. And let's take a look at the details and sculpting on Spirit and mess with his accessories while we look at him. Again, the stupid fob Dinglehopper here. The face, what a great sculpting job. You can just see the proud determination on his face. That he just looks like a total, awesome badass. They did a great job with his braids. One over the ear, one behind the ear. Some messy, stylish hair coming out from around his bandana. It's got grenades here, like a smoke grenade, normal grenade, and this awesome leather fringed holster for his knife. Now he comes with this awesome, ancient tribal knife with an eagle skull on the pommel of it. Excuse me for clearing my throat. And mind you, if anything seems off in this video or any of them that air this week, it's because I haven't filmed in 3 weeks, and as an added bonus, the puppies didn't want to go to sleep. So I actually have one sleeping on my lap right now, one is sleeping in the little dog bed, and it's just chaos. Cats, dogs living together, mass hysteria. course I did it wrong. There we go. That looks awesome. Let's look at some more detail here. Great belt buckle. Aha! We have holes here on this awesome, like, falconer's glove to put the leg posts that are on Freedom. See, look at that. Cats meowing. We had dogs barking in the last episode that I shot. It's crazy here. Here we got some clips. Pouch. Look at this. See, like the eyes in the belt. Really nice. Some rivets or eyes in the belts there. Here we have a holster that looks just like the one we just did for Alley Viper in the episode before this. Now, he has more of like a traditional, like a 45, which is awesome. So put that right in there. Looks great. Great fit. Like how it pops out the bottom there. His gloves look great. And I think I've said it before, but there's like knuckle things to punch the crap out of somebody. But it's a rarity to find a Joe figure or Cobra figure without gloves. I wish they would just... My hope is on Pulse one day they release an accessory pack with a bunch of random hands, random weapons that would be perfect for anybody, just like generic machine gun, submachine gun, rifle, stuff like that. That would be awesome. That's my dream. Maybe I'll do a whole episode just on that. Like, include the original Joe, like, laser rifle with it. That would be rad. Okay, there he is. Now, we have his backpack, which has like an awesome perch for Freedom. These are either like ammo boxes or like explosives. Great pouches here. No cats. I already have a dog here. No cats. And it looks like we have a post here for his rifle, which we will take a look at in a second. But look at this detailing. They didn't have to put this detailing on the back. Oh my goodness. Nice wood grain. Has like a little leather rest here on the top for Falcon's talons to park there. And he comes with a nice long-range rifle with an awesome scope on it. Looks a little... Oh, that's just the... There we go. Looks like we have maybe some extra rounds here. Or it's just a... like an awesome stock. I think that's what it is. It almost looks like it should come out. Huh, interesting. I might have to look into that a little bit because I don't want to break it. But doesn't that look like it's a separate piece added to the rifle and not molded? Now let's check the magazine, because look at that, the magazine even comes out. Now it's a little crooked here, so we'll have to straighten it up a little bit somehow, or not. So really cool. But my only real gripe with this entire figure is this. He should have come with this, yes, I agree with that, but it would have been really awesome if he also came with his like arrow firing rifle that the original figure came with. But this is great. And could this be a look into, if they do low light, what an awesome rifle he'll come with? So let's put this in his hands, put him in an awesome pose. And as usual, I always have problems with the hands and getting his trigger finger within the trigger. I had that problem with almost every classified figure. But at least we eliminated the standing issue that we used to have by putting all the figures on the stand that Gung Ho came with. Again, Hasbro Pulse should release just a buttload of awesome stands. Maybe we will pose him like this. Don't want to obscure his face. So let's see what Freedom looks like perched on his arm. Of course, they're having trouble going into the posts. I wonder if they're made to only go a certain way. That would be silly. Nope, doesn't look like it. So we will just put a little bit of elbow grease here and hope we don't break his taloned feet. Look at that. 0G Eagle. Now see, I was just silly there. I forgot that he has posable legs. So we don't need to be crazy with Spirit's arm. We can just That essentially has turned a 6-inch figure into an 8-inch figure and would obscure a lot of my other figures up on the shelf. Oh, there. So I would assume the same can be said for putting them on the backpack. And of course, that delightful little tune you heard in the background is the dryer finishing up. And we'll hear it a couple more times as it likes to remind us that it's done. Now, if I had my druthers, oh my goodness, this bird. And he fell off the stand. Let's see how he would look with his big spread out wings. Because that's honestly how I would love to display him. But I mean, I just know that is a ton of room that it'll be taking up. I mean, there is a shipwreck figure coming out in the future, and I wonder what they'll do with Polly. Hopefully the same thing that they did with Freedom here. And I am going to there we go, a little bit more sturdy holding it. So let's see how he looks now, fully decked out with his with freedom spreading his wings. I mean, who would have ever have thought that they would have upgraded Freedom into this awesome action figure in his own right? I mean, wow, that is great. But I don't think that's how we're going to keep him posed. So I really dig this, but I think I'm going to go for the arm. So let me do that, because I've wasted enough time playing with that particular eagle there, and I'll show you real quick and we'll wrap this up. So be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, I think that is an awesome pose, and with that, we're going to leave it there. I mean, I kind of went with Freedom facing him, not away from him like the original pose I was going for. But as with all these figures, I'm really happy to have them. And like I said, I always wanted them as a kid, so this acquisition just feels all the much sweeter because of that. So as this pops off my my camera arm, we will end it with that, and back to me.
Okay, back to me. Now, it's been well over 3 decades for me to finally get Spirit in my collection. Now, like I said, I had the Slaughter's Marauders version of it, but you know what? That version was pretty cool, but it's nowhere near as cool as the original. So, yeah, it's taken a long time, but I finally have one, and you never know. Down the road, maybe I'll try to look for that OG Spirit, but I highly doubt it with how expensive the market is nowadays for G.I. Joe figures. I mean, these classified figures go for crazy amounts of money, and they're not even that old yet. So, yeah, that market on 80s toys in general is crazy. And here's my little co-host again. He's a good boy. The other one is still sleeping in the bed. I will introduce you to him eventually. Hopefully that video I'll have to shoot tomorrow, because like I said, tonight has been absolutely chaotic between cats and dogs, and yeah, and since we introduced a new dog into the home so Asher could have a brother to play with, it's, yeah, the crate thing is not working for my YouTube time, so we'll see what the future holds. But worst comes to worst, I'll have 2 co-hosts to share in the fun. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I mean, I don't need to say it anymore because I've already said it a couple dozen times already, but yeah, I love this classified figure. It is great, just like all the other ones that came before it, and glad to have them. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I love reading them. I love getting back to people. And if you hit that little bell, you can get notifications whenever new episodes come out. And you can watch these videos down here recommended by YouTube if you liked this episode. So anyway, until next time, keep being rad and stay dorky.